control you like a captain. But I'm just multitask. So let's go click on the show so we can all fly high like a lad. Derby City Sports Review Show. And with people you might know, you might learn something you ain't know. Derby City, do you guys a flow? 502 is what you know. All I know is City Sports Review Show. I know you might be doing your work and stuff, but make sure you subscribe to the show. Derby City Sports Review is a classic. Click on the latest to see what happened. All facts and never capping. Don't be sleeping, maybe only napping. We do not foe, we are not some napkins. I don't mean to control you like a captain. But I'm just multitasking. So let's go click on the show so we can all fly high like a lad. Derby City Sports Review Show. And with people you might know, you might learn something you ain't know. Derby City, do you guys a flow? 502 is what you know. All I know is City Sports Review Show. I know you might be doing your work and stuff, but make sure you subscribe to the show. Derby City Sports Review is a classic. Click on the latest to see what happened. All facts and never capping. Don't be sleeping, maybe only napping. We do not foe, we are not some napkins. I don't mean to control you like a captain. But I'm just multitasking. So let's go click on the show so we can all fly high like a lad. Derby City Sports Review Show. And with people you might know, you might learn something you ain't know. Derby City, do you guys a flow? 502 is what you know. All I know is City Sports Review Show. I know you might be doing your work and stuff, but make sure you subscribe to the show.
What is happening, everybody? Welcome to Derby City Sports Review Show. Yours truly, Will I Am in the building with Will. We got T-Rock in the building. What's going on, T-Rock?
Oh, not much, man. Just ready to kick it. Talk about some of these sports. Hanging out with fellas. One more game.
One more game. What's going on? The Don?
I was ready for you to say something.
Nah, bro. Man. I did my laughing before the show. I'm good. No HIPAA laws. No, we don't want to break no HIPAA laws. We don't want to break no HIPAA laws.
Exactly. Right. You know, it's business. We in business now. Right now. Right.
Oh!
Straight business. Right, so everything good. It's Monday. Hey, Monday is always raw. So hey, let's get this going and talk about what's going on in the
I know that's right. Make sure you guys show love to Mild Wireberry Company, In Touch Therapy, Dr. Dion Woods, T-Shirt Hooligans, and Brown Valley Sports sponsors. Big time. Check them out. Go to the page. We'll be posting some more stuff about them so you can go ahead and show them love also. We really appreciate you guys. Also, Players Club is getting close to 15,000 members itself. So go ahead and join that. We're going to start back probably softball and baseball, Players of the Week. Get that rocking and rolling for you guys. Like I said, really appreciate the love you show. So continue to do that. And we're going to go ahead and start it off a little bit basketball. It's my favorite sport, high school edition. Was going to go ahead and do the semis and all that, but nah, man, we ain't got time for all that because we got some pressing news to take care of. Big stuff. So there other stuff. This is big stuff. George Washington Clark, 58. St. X, 50 in overtime. My gosh, man, I was looking at the stats and different things like that, and I saw where St. X didn't shoot too well in this game. It was a fight, big time. It was a big time fight, and George Rogers, man, we talked about this last week, and could they pull it off? Could they do something that we thought was never done before? But we found out it was done in 1928 by Ashland, the high school Ashland, Kentucky, right? Where George Washington Clark, boys and girls, won the state championship. That is remarkable. That is remarkable because, man, that's so hard to do, bro. Like all the schools that's in Kentucky and all that kind of stuff, and they pulled it off. Congratulations. You know, if I'm the AD, if I'm the coaches, I'm the principal, man, hey, can't tell me nothing. Can't tell me nothing. But I'm going to tell
You
you
know
what,
what?
Malachi Ashford had 18 points for the champions. Uh, Jamila Johnson had 15. Ryder Atkins had 10. Montez Gay 9. Amari Barlison 4. And Haddon Cecil 2 points. Um, Also, Montez Gay had 8 rebounds and Amari Barlison 7. They rocked and rolled, won the state championship. They shot 43% from the field. They shot 40%, 4 for 10 for 3 pointers, and a whopping 20 for 22 free throws. 90, almost 91% free throws. You don't see that. I'm sorry. That's putting it in, man. Under those pressure, this is it. This is the game we had to do. They had to come back and all this kind of stuff, and they took care of business. 20 for 22. Hey, hats off to them. Your Don, well, you didn't take him in basketball. We know you took St. X in football. I don't know. You might have been leaning. You might have been leaning. We don't know. You might have been leaning. But the Jays, they just didn't have enough, man. The Jays just didn't have enough. Chief had 15. Josh had 11. Jeremiah had 9. Klein had 6. And Jordan Jackson had 5. The tell-all story, they shot 40% from the field. They only shot 24% from three-pointers. We talked about that was probably the Achilles heel as their shooting. They were 6 for 25 on three-pointers. 6 for 13 free throws. 46.2. You can't miss those free throws like that in no championship game. I'm sorry. Especially when the other team is 20 for 22. That's the game. That's it. That's over with. But St. X had the Bulls out on their back the whole time. And I know there's no such thing as more victory and things like that, because we've seen them take steps and, get knocked off as the number one team, a couple of years ago, 3-4 years ago. We seen them when they went to Rupp. We actually watched them, that kind of stuff. So, they have been true blue for a while. And just to get close like that and have George Washington come back and send it to basically overtime, yeah, that's tough. Don, what's your thoughts on George Washington beating X 58-50?
I mean, first off, I was just, when you seen it going back and forth at one point, and, it's like St. X, we know they got the athletes, but it was like, do they got the shooters to compete with these countries? And it's just another example, too. I cannot wait next year, get that shot clock put in for all these games and everything else, because, yes, that definitely has to change. But at the same time, St. X, you got athletes, but can your athletes be shooters compared to other schools' shooters? And we've seen what happened. Because you can't run every school out the gym, as in just fast breaking it. You'll get some good shots in here and there, but you're going to have to shoot some threes or get some good inside looks. And, just some good dunks ain't going to do it all the time. So, hey, George Rogers showed that they could. I mean, you seen, like you said, from the free throw line. So that's a telltale story right there. St. X, you should know we do not get no upper hand advantage out of the city. So you're going to have to be on point with everything you do.
As the mayor said,
it was a good year for him, but at the same time, yeah.
As the mayor said, he says in football, but that's anytime you go to Lex, bro. So, you got to score 21 to beat them by 7. So, you can do what you got to do. But I would say this, George Rogers Clark, they got athletes. They had athletes, too. And plus, I think they was ranked number 2 or something like that. So, their season, they was 33-4. So, they like, hey, we was going to win regardless. And they won it like in 2022. So, they like, dude, this is where we belong. We don't know about y'all. I ain't won it, and I can't tell when the last time they won it. This ain't football. What you think,
Right.
T-Rock?
I think for me, the most glaring thing was that you got two of the better players on the team didn't even make double digit.
Yeah.
One barely, you know what I'm saying, barely got, barely didn't, I mean, God bless, like he wasn't even there.
Yeah.
5 points.
Mm,
You know what I'm
mm.
saying? The person that can technically consider their best player on the team had what, 9?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Tough.
that's the game right there. That's the game right there. I mean, were they locked down? Were they just having a bad night? I obviously wasn't there. I didn't see it. I can't
Right.
speak on it. But for me, that was the glaring thing for Saint X. You know, if those two had had a better game, who knows what this game turned out? I mean, Rogers Clark may have still won, but either they got locked out or something. So for me, that was the most glaring thing that I saw.
Well, and it's tough, man. We all know it. We said it before. Like, we thought this is probably the toughest because everybody has a chance to go to state. You know what I'm saying? It's not like in football when you have your different, 6A, 2A, 3A, and all that kind of stuff. It's everybody jumped in. This is hard to do. And I don't know. Is that window closing? You know, St. X still
Mm-hmm.
have some players, but you're gonna miss Mr. Jackson.
Yes,
You're gonna
sir.
miss him. You know what I'm saying, and Chief and all that stuff. And then
Recruiting time.
how much and how much longer is Lindsey gonna be here though? I mean, he's
True that.
constantly on
True that.
freaking ESPN top 10. He was on it again. You know what I'm saying, for that monster dunk he did. So I don't
Ooh,
know,
that was
bro.
nasty.
That was nasty. That's like Donovan Mitchell. That's like one of
Yep.
Donovan Mitchell's
Ooh,
dunk.
that's a
Trick
great
ball.
comparison.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it is.
Like one of
Mm-hmm.
Donovan Mitchell's dunks, bro. Like that was wicked. And that went around so quick. Everybody like, oh my God, yeah. Oh my gosh, is right. Dude is freaky athletic, and
Hmm.
playing against other dudes that are not scared of you means a lot. But didn't have nothing with this one. But I'm gonna put this one up and I'll bring it down. I'll even put it over my face. Shout out to Assumption Ashland James, Miss Basketball, 14.9 points, 4.5 rebounds. She led them to the first 7 region championships since 2007 and to the Sweet 16 championship game. But they lost to George Rogers Clark. But
Roger
hats
Clark.
off because as we do a lot of these shows and talk about these players that do players of the week, the Real Show's player of the week, we see a lot of gaudy stats. Young ladies getting 30 some points, 40 points, averaging 29. For her to get it, to me, that just shows me that they got it right. They didn't get stuck with numbers, right? Because I can't recall the last time somebody averaged 14.9 and won Miss Basketball in the state of Kentucky. So,
Right.
all you voters, you got it right. Thank you. So, hats off to Ashland James for taking care of business. Miss Basketball. Jake Feldhouse won it for the boys, but we're gonna stick to 502 on this one. Every time he's on the poll, they don't even vote. So we not showing them love like that. So it is what it is. But congratulations. All right, the moment you guys have been waiting for. Let's hit it. Let's get it. Let's rock and roll. But we're gonna do a little bit twist. We're not gonna really start with the ones you think we're gonna start with first. We're gonna go to the brother, the other brother, the more recent game, should we say? Yesterday. Okay, Iowa State 82, Kentucky 63. So I don't know. I was doing something, and when I started watching the game, Kentucky was up by 12. So the backstory to this game, everybody should know that Iowa State's best player got hurt in round one, right? So everybody's feeling good. Where's that blue, thinking that they're gonna take care of business because dude, like, let him in scoring, let him in rebounding, number two in assists. That's a lot missing on that team. Well, when you watch the game, you noticed something was off a little bit because our state was everywhere. And it was just a matter of time before that dam broke. Because just like the other brother that they have, Kentucky don't have a point guard on the team. They have scores. And when I'm talking about blood in the water for piranhas, that's what you saw. You saw our state team that was small in certain positions, but it didn't make no difference. They was aggressive. They controlled that game, that tempo. Once they caught that ass, it was a wrap. Once they got even with that, because they stopped shooting threes. That's for you, T-Rock. They stopped shooting threes, and they just attacked Kentucky on the bounce, kept on going to the hole. Then once they started doing that, then they started shooting. The shots started going in. They was getting steals on fast breaks. It was so much pressure on Kentucky. They knew that 31-30, it was gonna get ugly. You know what I'm saying? That second half, and that's what it did. 31-30, Iowa State finally got the lead at halftime. And sitting there watching it, not gonna lie, I was like, Kentucky's in trouble. Because now these dudes has played like dog shit, couldn't hit nothing. You know they're not gonna be like that the whole damn second half. Well, that second half went 51-33. An ass beating. I don't have it on her, but you can go on 54 Sports Network page, and Mr. Matt House or Heath, whatever, said that was something they talk about. He said that they thought if they get on Kentucky, start turning them over and all this, that they will quit. That is one of the worst statements you can have somebody make about your program. When we knew if we jumped on that ass, they was going to quit. And you got to think. Now, a lot of these Kentucky fans and people in general are probably thinking, well, Kentucky's been down before, and they're going to come back. Well, this avalanche began at the end of the first half, but it took over it wasn't like, being down by 18-16 at Tennessee in the first half. And no. Once they caught them, then they went ahead and put that throttle. But that's something about your program you do not want to talk about. And so I'm going to say this, make sure you get ready. After the show, I got a post that I'm going to share with you guys, and you're going to know the reason why this dude did what he said. Well, he said what he did. And it's going to be evidence because no one wants to hear about their program quitting. T-Rock, what's your thoughts on Kentucky getting shellacked in the second round?
Yeah, it's funny. I'm just going to tell a story, and I'm going to leave it at this because obviously I was working during the game, so I got to see bits and pieces of it.
Story time.
All right, so yeah, story time, boys and girls. All right, so check this out. Saturday, I get home. I decide, you know what? I'm going to walk through Nulu. Put my heads on. I'm riding through. People are everywhere. Eyes was wandering. You know how it is.
Mm-hmm.
Outside, I'm gonna go walk down, drink one beer, and walk back.
One beer?
Well, I only had one beer.
Oh.
I only had one beer, and then I stopped and got a 6 on the way back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But that was because I was playing golf the next morning. I ain't want to do too much. It's been a long day. It's been a long day.
Okay.
Right.
Anyway.
We got you.
Okay. So on my way there, I was like, I'm minding my business, and this dude points at me because I had on my Louisville shirt.
Mm-hmm.
He just points at me as I'm walking by. At first, I thought I knew him. So I take my headphones off, and I'm like, I don't know this dude. And he said, hey, man, I was kind of cheering for y'all, man, but y'all got your ass beat. And I was like, well, hold on. So we lost by like 7 or something. That's not necessarily getting your ass beat.
Right.
He said, well, we play, I'm saying, Kentucky played tomorrow, man. Just let me know you cheer for me. I said, that's a tall order, my friend. I don't know if I can do that.
Damn right.
But the fact that you just said, we got an ass beat is
Right.
kind of, it's a misnomer for me. But just because you was a friendly dude, I'll think about it.
Right.
And I went on about my business. And then look who got their ass beat. Story time's over.
Nice story. Nice story.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
I
sir.
like them stories. I like them. Don, since you got your, well, you got the woo on, so that saves you. But what's your thoughts on this game?
All right, so it just happenstance, my son-in-law,
Oh, yes.
son-in-law, whatever else. I was watching it. I'm sitting at home watching, and just like, oh. I mean, it was just every time I looked at it, it swerved. So I'm like, Kentucky made a turnover. So they had 10 turnovers in the first half.
Right.
So I'm just like, oh, okay. Well, they in it right now, but we'll see. So the second half got going. I'm just like, oh. It's like, oh. I had to give a text out, said, bro, y'all got too many turnovers, bro. What y'all gonna do about it? He's like, I don't know. So it was just like they just took advantage, like a light switch hit. And Iowa State, like, okay, this is what we got to do.
Mm-hmm.
And the lead went from one thing to a little bit larger, and it started expanding. I was like, I had Iowa State to win by less than 10. I was like, hold up, Iowa State. let's slow it down a little bit. But no, they kept expanding it and expanding it and expanding it. Hey, do what y'all gotta do, Cyclones. Do what y'all gotta do. That's all right. Just go ahead and handle business. I lose my little money that I can see this, Kentucky taking to the woodshed. So I'm good. I'm in.
20 turnovers.
Never been so happy to lose money.
Yeah.
You're
like, take it.
Take it out. Take it out. When you have 8 turnovers by your starting guards, that's never a good sign. That's never a good sign. So it is what it is. But thank you for participating. So I just had to go ahead and throw out. All right, let's get it. Well, as your friend that you met at Nulu, he was talking about this game. Michigan State 77, Louisville 69. All right, y'all know how I do it. So let me go ahead and get some stats, and then we'll go ahead and attack it like we always do. So let's go with the team stats real quick. Louisville was 26 for 63, 41%. Michigan State 26 for 55, 47. Louisville was 13 for 37 on three-pointers, 35%. Could be better, yeah, but it is what it is. 35, you can still beat some teams. But Michigan State was 11 for 26, 42%. Free throws. My goodness. Louisville was 4 for 6. Went to the free throw line 6 times. Michigan State 14 for 19, 74%. Rebounds. Michigan State had 39. Louisville had 32. Offensive rebounds, even, 11 apiece. Assists. Louisville had 16 assists, and we are real shit. Furious had 16 by his damn self. They had 22 as a team. Steals 5-4 Louisville. Blocks 5-2 Michigan State. Turnovers. Michigan State had 15 turnovers. Louisville had 11 turnovers. Points off of turnovers. Louisville had 20 points to their 7. Points in the paint. Louisville had 26 to Michigan State 24. Fouls. Louisville had 21 fouls. Michigan State only had 11. All that bumping and grinding that they do, amazing. Individual scores real quick for the University of Louisville. Zugras he played 14 minutes, 8 points, 2 rebounds, 1 steal, 1 block. Adrian Woolley, 17 points on 7 for 10 field goals, 3 for 6 3-pointers, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 turnover. Ryan Conwell was battling a little injury. He had 21 points, 7 for 15, 5 for 11 3-pointers, 2 for 4 free throws, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 turnovers. Isaac McNeely, 9 points. That's probably the most points he played against a athletic team. 3 for 9, 3 for 7 3-pointers, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 turnover, 1 steal. Javon Hadley, God bless. 2 points on 1 for 8 shooting, 3 rebounds, 0 for 4 for 3-pointers, 4 assists, 2 turnovers, 1 steal. Sonata Frew played 18 minutes, only had 2 points, 6 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 turnovers, 1 block. Canal Roofs, Lord have mercy.
Mm.
4 minutes, 0 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist, 1 steal. Casey Pryor had an appearance, and when he was in there, I don't know why. 1 minute.
No,
Ala Khalifa, 14 minutes, 8 points, 3 for 7 shooting, 2 for 6 3-pointers, 1 rebound. Kobe Rogers, 24 minutes, 2 points, 0 for 3 field goals, 2 for 2 free throws, 4 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 turnovers, 1 steal. Whew. I- You know what? And we all talked about being aggressive. That's what you're going to get a lot of fouls, going to the hole and stuff like that. But I don't care if MJ was talking to me. There's no way Michigan State only fouled 11 times. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I mean, they foul each other. You see the dude hit the other dude in the head. You know what I'm saying? And Sonata got the foul anyway. You know what I'm saying? Because they can't change it. So it's like, ain't no way fouling each other, right? But I think we knew this, guys. I think everybody's watching this. We talked about this. We was thinking about that, it's going to be a hard feat, especially if you don't have a point guard that's been battling. And we got a special topic for that one. So, we'll get into that one. But on this game, it's kind of hard when you short certain positions, probably 2 positions. And it reared its head. This is what I thought it was going to be. I knew that it wasn't going to be a blowout. I knew it was going to be a battle. But to come up short, it is what it is. Don, what's your thoughts on this game?
So many. It's so many. Just by watching that game, so many feelings going on. Oh man, it hurt, but the thing about it wasn't unexpected. So you took it for what they gave you, and I think they pretty much put it all out there. Even though, just like you got Javon Hadley, he was so disappointed himself on the game he played. I mean, the man was in tears and just regretted. I mean, yeah, he had a
2
bad
games.
game.
2 games was
Ooh,
bad
yeah,
for
2
him.
games in a row. Yeah, yep. And just to end your college career like that is, I know it has to hurt. It hurts him. And just the other guys like Ryan Conwell, he's giving it all out there. I mean, it was, yeah, you couldn't take nothing away from the man. I mean, I believe the team did what they tried to do, but we had so missing elements that going into the game to take away from. And the calls was it. I mean, I hate almost every other game we be like the refs how they, but it is what it is. We see so many bad calls and so many calls that are not called.
Excuse me.
It's like, come on. We know this is a tournament. We know y'all gonna, let some stuff go and let some stuff not. But let's play on an even playing field. But they tried. It's like they kept trying to get closer, but they just couldn't get over that hump.
Right.
So
That flagrant foul on Zoo,
man.
that crushed. That was a 5
Oh,
point
yeah.
trip down there.
Yeah, that was like a swing right there, and like a flagrant. Like, come on! But y'all don't want to call other calls, but y'all want to call this bull. It, God, it was hard to watch, hard to end. For a season to come down like that, we expected so much more of this.
Hold on.
I know
to the
it,
game.
but yeah,
Stay
we'll
to the
get to
game.
it. But yeah, but even for this win, it's like I wouldn't surprise if they could have pulled it out. But at the same time, that we took the loss like this, not surprising. So hey, it's what it is.
D-Rock.
If I'm kind of surprised they kept it as close as they did, especially through most of the game. Um, Hadley, although played poorly, especially in this game, matchup just wasn't for him.
At all.
Everybody out there was 6 feet taller than him. You know what I'm saying? It's just like strategically he should have shot more perimeter shots. I trust him shooting perimeter shots than some of the other people on the team. Right, and at the very least, you're bringing your man out.
Right. Gotta respect
Right,
it.
yeah, maybe make him respect it, and at least bring it out, and maybe somebody else can help crash the boards. You know what I mean? Strategically, that would have probably been a good move, but he didn't shoot it, near as much as I think he should have. Um, uh, uh, Unfortunately, this probably would have been a perfect game for the MIA person, Mr. Brown, but it is what it is, right? This is actually a game built for him. To be honest, you know what I'm saying? Him and Fears, that'd have been a great matchup. That'd have been a great matchup,
Hmm.
and the way that Michigan State plays, it'd have been a perfect game for him. Unfortunately, we'll never know. Uh, but I did expect them obviously to lose the game, but at least they did the one thing that I hate saying now, and that is fight. I hate
Right.
saying it. I hate saying it, but they tried.
KP. KP.
Yeah, I hate saying it, but they did. They did. You know what I mean? They just couldn't. I hate saying it, but they just couldn't get over the hump. They
Couldn't.
just
Yeah,
couldn't
they
get
just
over the
couldn't.
hump.
They
It
just
just
couldn't.
didn't have enough. It just didn't have enough, man. So I'm not upset. I'm not even really honestly disappointed. I can't be disappointed in something that I expected to happen.
I mean, hell, I think last week we was hoping that they'd be at least 1-1, at least win one game.
At least
Right. I
one.
got my wish. I got my wish.
At
You know what
least
I
they
mean?
did that.
So now, you know what I'm saying? We'll see where the future leads. So
Yep. All right. Louisville basketball 24-11 ended this season 11-7 in the ACC, which you know we all know that was tougher than last year, but how much tougher? You know, it is to be seen with the incomplete roster type stuff. But thoughts on the season? What are your thoughts? Is it disappointing season? A failure? X, Y, and Z. Don, I know you was about to roll into it, but go ahead. You can get it started.
Now, I mean, we start from the beginning. Like we looked at the roster that he was putting together because at first we was thinking, okay, the roster he's putting together, all right, built behind Mikael Brown. So Stelly, Ryan Conwell, bam.
Mm-hmm.
Isaac McNeely, bam. We got Adrian Woolley, bam. Oh, okay, we got some shooters. So then we was like, are we gonna get some big guys? Are we gonna get some, guys? So Fruit, what do we know about Fruit? Let's look him up. Let's look up Zoo. What do we know about Zoo? I mean, there's so many, it was question marks because we don't know what we're gonna get from these guys. But how are we spending our money on these guys? So, we won't look at it. And then the roster construction he put together. So, beginning of season was like, okay, as the season steadily rolls on, we see his smoke talk was all wolf tickets because it seemed once it came down to it, what we really like. I mean, we know it was built around Mikael. I mean, the man had, he got back problems. Back problems. I mean, he hurt himself. It is what it is. We got to construct around that. You got to be able to build like one man up, next man, one man down, next man up.
Right.
But if you don't got no next man point guard, it's going to be hard. So people just trying to fill in the role.
Right.
So I think we came in with higher expectations for this team, especially built off of last year's team. And we thinking, oh, we going. I'm like, hey, we got a good team. This team was talked about to be, at least Elite Eight. At least, hey, who we got the players to be Final Four? We got the players, or do we get the players? And it came down, we don't have the players that we needed. And I'm gonna look at it. It was disappointing in the long run, but I'm glad that it came down to he did get it hump off his back, got that monkey, that first round win. Okay,
Much needed.
another one. We got that Kentucky. Okay, that's another one. Okay, we got a road, top tier win. Yes, we did. But in the overall standing, this can't do with the money that we got, the money that we spent. This is not good enough because our expectations are higher, and I don't know what she's going to have to do because still, it's still mid-major. I don't care how much he might be. I know he's probably disappointed himself, but it's still mid-major results.
Cool.
We got to bring more into it. So yeah, it turns out to be a disappointment.
T-Rock.
Uh, I I think thoughts on the season is it was definitely disappointing. I think as Louisville fans, we have been spoiled. Especially the past few years. With we've had big major coaches come through here, and that and, and and they have a level of expectation. And here's the thing: I think Kelsey understands that. I think he does a level of expectation as well. I think he's going to have to construct a new roster. Um, the season itself is disappointing because you really didn't beat anybody with a number next to their name.
Right.
Even with Michael, you really didn't beat anybody with a number next to their name.
True.
So what do you attribute that to? Do you attribute that to players? You attribute that to coaching? You attribute it to both? I would probably say it's probably both. Probably more coaching than players because this is the roster that you chose. If you know you're going to go in there with a big man who's going to move and bump you around and all that stuff, what I'm saying? It's honestly stuff you saw last year. You should get somebody that can go up there. I think we were all hoping in the beginning that Frew was going to be that guy. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Uh, Frew is what Frew is. He is a European finesse player. That's why they brought in Zoo, who is just, he gets in there and just does what has to be done. Um, the season as a whole, I mean, let's just talk about just ACC. ACC, I was highly disappointed in. Although it was better than it was last year. Come on, 11-7. Was the ACC so bad last year? Did we have a roster that was so great last year that we did so much better? I don't know. I would say maybe defensively, absolutely, but really, I mean, it just doesn't. The whole thing doesn't make sense. We're gonna have to get a new defense coordinator. I think we keep Kelsey, get a new defense coordinator, and keep it moving. It just doesn't make sense. And then whoever is help recruiting these people, recruit a big man and get a guy. I don't know. I'm going to stay out of the money situation. I'm going to stay out of the money situation because I'd be the first one to holler about somebody paying so much for a roster, and then what I'm saying, and then we top 10 paying for a roster and went 24-11.
Mm-hmm.
Got beat by a team who played less for a roster. And they pretty much dominated the whole damn game. It's called what it is. You know what I mean? You're going to have to figure something out. Now you know. Revival season, now you know. Now you got to figure it out. Thoughts on the season? Disappointing to say the least.
Right. Yeah. Shit. When you talk about the ACC, and then when you look at it, it's only one team standing in the Sweet 16. That lets me know enough right there. Is it a crapshoot in the NCAA tournament? It is about matchups. But you only got one team out of what they get 8 teams in the tournament? And only one team is standing. There's no way you take 7 losses. No way. I don't care. But it starts with what you brought to the table. I've said it all year long that this roster was built like mid-major when you just shoot a whole bunch of threes and shock the shit out of people because you done hit 15 of them in one game. Yeah, that showed his head like twice. NC State took it on the chin. You know what I'm saying? I mean, hell, it was records to be had that night, a time to be had. And that's it. That's it. I still don't understand why you don't have enough players, right? And now to come to find out that one guy who came off a knee injury got paid like about $800,000. Whoever agreed to that needs to be put down easy. I give that job up. Let's just give that job up because you do not know what you're doing. There's no way I'm depending on 3 guys in my rotation who was hurt last year. That doesn't make sense. So it was built wrong. It was built wrong. Yes, and you did not know that somebody was going to be MIA and all this. Newsflash. You are the coach, not somebody's parent. I'm sorry. There's no way I would be letting somebody practice the player before I get my hands on them, like when they in school, before practicing and stuff like that. It was doomed to fail. It was doomed to fail. To be honest, it was doomed to fail because you was in the ACC last year. Yes, it was down, but you still got beat up in certain positions, and that's the inside. I don't want to hear about James Scott averaged 3 points from Ole Miss. Shit, we didn't miss. We already had 2 or 3 of them on the roster. If you just wanted to see dunks, I get it. James Scott was a dunker. Well, guess who else is top 5 in all time season of dunks? Frew. And what did they get us? Nothing. You need a real post player. And we didn't see none of that. We was back in the Big South. Or where the hell? And that's not doable. That's not sustainable. That is recipe for NCAA. Let me shock you. And what you saw against South Florida is that we hit a bunch of threes. And then held on for dear life. NCAA tournament. So, yes, it's a disappointment. And it was downright embarrassing at times. Because you had a PR team that wasn't on the same page with you. When you got to apologize because other shit is being said and leaked out, 25 strong, you got somebody weak in there. Because there's no way you have all these hiccups like this. Dude's going to play. No, he's not. Yes, he is. I don't know. Let's see what's going on. Who's on first? Who's on third? We don't know. And you the head coach? Nah, bro. It was doomed. And I feel sorry for the Hadley because we've been talking about it. Hadley, they should have probably went through him through offense. Let him touch the ball at least one time in that post. Let him work his magic, kick it out. Them threes, what they say, T-Rock, those threes are going to be there. Those threes are going to be there. You're not missing anything. It's not hard. Right. Get in the paint. Don't just get in the paint and stop and no. Get in the paint to score or to dish it out. It's not that hard. We get in the paint, oh shit, what next? Well, you're gonna get your stuff beat down right in your face. You're gonna get embarrassed, and then it's a turnover, shot clock, a heave, whatever. Very much disappointing. All that stuff. And I'm happy, and I'm glad you did get the one win. I am so happy for that because if you didn't get that one win and lost to South Florida, this show would have a very different tone. Very. All the talk shows that
Very.
people listen to, very different tone. Shit. They wouldn't care about the March Madness documentary and all that crap. And really, that's for people to get to know your style. So, bravo, perfect timing, because everybody was questioning him as a coach. He's too soft. He doesn't do this. He doesn't. Now you got this out, and some people haven't seen it. I'm not gonna lie, I haven't watched it yet. You know what I'm saying? I knew it's gonna be a time where basketball's over. You may want someone to watch, so I'll watch it then. But right now, when we're in the thick of it, I wasn't gonna watch it. No, because it doesn't mean anything. It's just about your personality. That's cool. Well, you're gonna need to see more of your feistiness in big time, like quick. Year three.
Quick.
Good luck. Good luck with that. Year 3. Improvements. Give me 2 things, short and sweet. 2 things you think they need to improve on for next season. T-Rock.
Point guard situation and front court situation, because that's
Those
what
are
we
huge.
missed this season. That's pretty much it. I mean, you can teach defense. Yeah. Front court and point guard situation. KB point guard you and have 1 point guard.
Woo! Each year.
Yeah.
Every year.
Don, you feeling? What you doing?
And it's funny that because you said that point guard you, and when Fears went up there to get interviewed,
That's how
was
you
the
do.
first thing he commented back. Punk. Anyway, I'm looking.
Flop team. Don't worry. His is coming to an end soon.
Right.
He gonna kick somebody in the nuts.
Even though T-Rock, like you said, you can learn defense, but we look for improvements. So that's top improvement to me, is that defense has to improve. And my thing is, him and his coaching staff has been together for years. Bro, I think it might be time to break up the brotherhood and bring home, some elders to help
Make
with
it
that coaching
21.
staff.
Make it 21, 22 strong.
Because I know y'all are cool. He brought in that guys, because I watched the documentary, and you see how this coaching staff is, and they've been together for so long. But hey, this coaching staff might not be built for Power 5. So let's
like
improve it.
You guys hit it. Yeah, I mean, you hit it. I want a power forward. I do, and we haven't had a real legit power forward in a long time. We need a power forward. You can get away with a shot blocking or rebounding 5 or in the dunking position, but you got to have a post player like T-Rock said. Give the ball to him, let him eat, and all this kind of stuff. And y'all know I talk about the point guard situation. I just don't. I mean, 1 point guard on your roster is, especially when you played the point guard position as a backup to the backup. That's 3 people. That's 3 people. You only carry 1? That doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense to me, right? That's crazy, bro. Like, you play the position and you still not recruiting to that position. That is lame as hell. That's lame as hell. That and real quick, just go ahead. You talk about the defense. Just go ahead and give Peyton Siva that. Give him that. Let him do the defense, because you got desperate and you tried to make us do a little pressing that you never taught. So you threw Peyton in there when these guys wasn't equipped or wasn't programmed to do the stuff. So you got to put him in a bad situation. Give him the opportunity to run the defense, because believe me, if anybody knows that defense that Pitino was running, it's got to be him. Now, you got to recruit some players that wants to get dirty.
Right.
Now, you just can't do it with French poodles. That ain't going to turn out well. That ain't going to turn out well.
Never have.
Right. You
We
need
need
some dogs.
We need
in
some
there.
pits.
Yes.
Ace,
Some German
where you at?
Shepherd. You need some German
Yeah.
Shepherds up in there to ready to tear a bark out of somebody. French poodles are not gonna do it, baby. You know,
Ace, where you
yeah,
at?
you know the real deal. The real deal. Well, the elephant is definitely in the room, out the room, what everyone said. Louisville basketball, Mikael Brown Jr. 21. He played in 21 out of 34 games. This is crazy. He missed more games than Peterson. And ESPN was trying to crucify him. And guess what? Guess who played in the tournament and who didn't? All the big star freshmen played in the tournament except for ours. 18 points, 3 rebounds, almost 5 assists, 55 for 163 pointers, 65 turnovers, 84% free throws. All right. This is the elephant in the room. The floor is yours. What's your thoughts on this whole saga situation? And like I said, floor is yours. Anything you want to say about Mikael Brown Jr., the floor is yours. Go, Don.
Oh man, the man missed the quarter of our season. It's so hard because, like you said, that's one thing you can't dictate to somebody. Like, hey, you got you got back pain. You go to the doctor, and you tell them you got back pain. They can't be like, no, you don't, or how.
Right.
Man, I mean, if he says, but don't show Mikael before the game shooting around, going out there dancing and jumping and doing everything, and then he's on the bench with a towel around him, just soaking it all in. And come on, I mean, if he's sit on down, bro. If your back's hurt, sit on down. I need that. I hated that because I believe so many of these games that we did lose. If he'd have played, I think we would have won. I hate that. But for all the hype that we had for him, and we come in the season, and this is what we get, it just turns out so disappointing. I mean, I hope the young man has a bright future in him, but for his U of L career, I just can't see it because you want to be that freshman who's going to come in and be remembered. That you were played, that you was that 5-star freshman that came in and made a mark at U of L. Not that freshman that came in and people going to be like, we wasted money on you. Yes, I'm bringing up money again. Money's a subject because the NIL so big these days. That's what it comes down to, if you wasted money or not.
Right.
So,
right.
It comes down, it is what it is over the time span he spent at U of L. And if we look at it realistic, we are going to be like, that was money wasted, but we can't, this man's physical ability is in how injured he was. Was he being protected for his future?
I think you know that answer.
But
I think you know that answer.
So I'm tired of seeing people be like, oh, we don't want no more 5-star players. Oh, shut up.
Yeah,
I mean, do y'all know what y'all are talking about?
Yeah, that's crap. That's crap.
So, I mean,
because
when it came down to it,
that's crap.
I think during the season. Yeah.
That's crap for the simple fact everybody else 5-star player played.
So, yeah, when it came down to it during the season, I hate him. I think he probably he was hurt. I give him to him. He did probably get hurt during the season. If you're fragile like that and you're getting hurt, I mean, if you can't play through some of the games, so be it. But I think at the end, you were just protecting your value going into the future. So, I mean, this ended up being just another disappointing.
T-Rock, what's your thoughts on Mr. Brown Jr.'s this whole situation or whatever?
Well, just much like everything else, just like team, just disappointing, right? I mean, it's just a disappointing thing. Like, look, I'm not going to speculate if man's hurt or not. I mean, either way, obviously you want to, protect his draft status. But what this whole thing could have done, at least a couple of games in the NCAA tournament is improve your draft status at the very least. Because we saw the scouts coming out there looking at you. You know what I'm saying? They put them on TV to show you that there were scouts there looking at you.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? So, it's just disappointing. I don't think I'm not those people he was talking about where, let's not get any 5 stars or nothing like that because, this is just a series of events and unfortunate events. And now we can't say, we could talk about the money situation too, but there's money wasted all over that bench.
Woo!
So, you know what I'm saying? So at least we wasted money on a good player. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
There's money wasted all over. There's millions of dollars just
you
wasted on
said
that
something there. You said something right there.
bench. So, you know what I mean? And again, I just think it's unfortunate. You know what I mean? I'm going to just keep it short and sweet. And the last thing I want to say about it is he played 21 games and put up 163 points.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hit 55. Hit 55. And Ryan hit 100 and something 3-pointers. Hit him.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's crazy.
And I agree with you. For the simple fact, I'm thinking that this is unfortunate for the fans, because the one time you finally get a one and done, this happens. I'm not counting Trenton Flowers because he never did suit for us. That was before NIL. That was crazy as hell. It is what it is. But this, you get one on campus. The offense is made for him. All this kind of stuff. You're going to be the guy. And I'm with you. I don't know. I told Mika and Bump and you guys. When he went down the first time, I'm like, I would be surprised if we see him again. I'm like, now we going into the protection type shit. So him coming back shocked me. He did his thing, but anytime you watch his games, he's always falling down. So that means you're gonna aggravate it every time you play the game. Especially in college, you're gonna hit it. You're gonna lay on your ass, your back, and it wasn't built for that. You can't lump all the 5 stars in one. Just because, like I said, everybody else is 5 stars except for North Carolina because he was hurt. This is the biggest stage. And I mean, I think business decision was made. I just think that it's a lot of bad PR that's going on because there's no way. You should have talked to him like, hey, this ain't going to look good. You're going through drills, looking better than most of these people that I heard that's going to play. You might want to just sit down, sit on the bench, stand up and just don't touch the ball, right? It is what it is. The only person that's going to have some regrets when it's all said and done is him. If he made a business decision to sit back, because now a lot of people are not going to celebrate him because of this. A lot of people are going to be like, nah, don't even come back. A lot of people is going to hate that he broke the record because he did put his name in the record books, ACC and as a Louisville Cardinal, right? And they're going to be like, damn, he is in the record. He's in the record. Great talent. This is a bad situation, all the way around. And this is a learning. This is a chance for Pat Kelsey to learn. Do not put all your eggs in one basket, brother. You did it, and we got burnt. You got burnt. Last year, it's we got burnt also with that one. But you needed some help with that because Chucky. This one you absolutely had 0 point guards when this guy went down. And you really you might have messed up some people's draft stock because NBA you got to maybe do a lot of things, brother. And you pretty much showed that some of these guys can't pass worth shit if they have to. All they can do is shoot. And that's not a good look. That's not a good look. So God bless him. And whatever he does, he definitely gets to put from Louisville, even though we know that everybody's gonna be doubting 50-50. Because like the Don said, like I was saying, if somebody call in sick, who do you to question it?
All right.
It is what it is. I hate that for him, and because he's forever going to be known to some people as quitting on the team, and this guy believes it. Taekwon Dean injured. There's a difference between being injured or being hurt. I'm playing through both. This right here resonated through every Louisville Cardinal that's seen this, every fan. Every gold cards, L1, whatever the hell, L's up. Because one of the more recent legends who played through a hernia and different stuff, right? It's so fitting. Right after the game, one of the legends post this. He didn't have to put no name on it. Everybody knew what the hell he was talking to. See, this is the kind of reputation you're going to get. And let's be honest, these kids are not built like we were built, like Taekwon was, right? And I'm sorry, they have been taught different. They've been taught load management by some people. Peterson. Only reason why he played because hell, Bill Self had to get on that ass. Like, come on, dude. What are we doing? Right?
Right.
Come on. She got me looking bad. Right? So, and this is one thing you don't, because this is why you and I hate to say it, but I don't know how many people it's going to accept him when he comes back, just because of speculation of this. And it does not help when a legend puts this out saying, ain't that something? I would not have missed this. Damn. Give me about a 30-second to a minute response on Dean, Don.
I mean, it's like he wanted the best for the team. He wanted, from the get-go. He's like, y'all guys got this guy, he's supposed to be all that, but then, you look over the season, and I believe Dean was like, he's disappointed. And then by the excuse of, okay, let me not say excuse, but by the certain term of the man's injured, that doesn't resonate well with Taekwon, because he knows this team probably could have been better than what it is. And he's like, I don't care. I'm playing. Like, I can't. We here, I'm putting it all on the line. So, hey, he kept it real.
Right. T-Rock.
Taekwon Dean, much like us, although we're slightly older, comes from a totally different generation of people, player.
A little bit.
He comes from an era where you did play that way because whether you was going to go to the league or not, you wanted to do for yourself. You didn't want to disappoint the fans. Right? You wanted to put everything out there on the floor for, for the university, for the fans, for your coach, for your parents, for everybody, right? And now I'm making millions of dollars and I have to protect myself to get to the next level. I mean, it's just the nature of the beast. I would have probably said the same thing. I feel the same way. Let's say it like that. I feel the same way he does. Obviously, I've never been put in that position, but I've, you know, he's right. He's right.
Right. Yeah, I mean, to me, it's they think like we thinking. You know what I'm saying? I mean, right now they're fans. You know what I'm saying? For the school that you know they loved and they played, they sweat and tears, all that kind of stuff. So of course it's gonna, he's not the only ex Cardinal who thought this. Former player. Like what the hell is going on there? What's going on the campus? Y'all allowing this to happen? All that, right? So everybody will be watching next year, big time. Everybody, all that, from player construction to all that. Like, what are you going to be doing? Who's getting this privilege, if any privilege, right? So we'll see. Last but not least, University of Louisville Cardinals is going to Fort. Where they going? Fort Worth, whatever. Texas, yeah.
Texas,
Sweet
yeah.
16, and yeah, congratulations to the ladies for taking care of business. Coach JP and them, and real quick on this one, I'm glad because I know Don's been at a lot of those home games, almost all of them. This for them to struggle and still win this is the first time all season. So congratulations for taking care of business. It was an ugly win, but hey, everything ain't got to be cute. I do know that I saw something funny as they get ready to go down to Texas. I forgot that University of Kentucky, who beat West Virginia, who's first time since 2016 is going to C16, is in the same damn bracket as Louisville. Only difference is they got to play Texas and Louisville's playing Michigan. And so we got a chance that it could be a Louisville, Kentucky Elite Eight with the Final Four spot on the line. Wouldn't that be pretty? That would be pretty. And the only reason why I say that is because, Michigan is a good team, but they don't strike fair to me, you know what I'm saying, as these other heavy hitters. And Kentucky's already played Texas before, only lost by like 8 points or something at Texas, 8 to 10 points. Texas is not a great scoring team. Coach Brooks is a hell of a coach. He's been a hell of a coach at Virginia Tech. He knows what he does. He does a great job. He's got length everywhere except for the point guard who came from one of the ACC teams. He's put against a strong team. So this is really, there's a chance. There's a chance that this could happen. Or it's a chance that both of the Kentucky schools go back home.
Yeah.
Always that chance.
There's a chance. Go that out.
There's a chance.
It's chance. So he said we got a chance. Well, the great thing is that, hey, the two best teams in the state as far as the basketball, the women, Louisville women, followed by Kentucky women, are still dancing while the men are, hell, packing up their bags and shit, getting that last check. Some of them are coming back, some of them not. Who knows? Who cares? It is what it is. God bless. That was a good win. But see, they play Saturday against Michigan, and it should be a good one with that one. And to be determined as far as the time. So let's get ready for that one. Michigan against Louisville. T-Rock, what you leave the people with?
Oh man, everybody have a fantastic week, man. Hope to see y'all again very, very soon.
All right, people. Hey, sometimes you got to be that reason someone feels welcome, seen, heard, valued, loved, and supported. Check on your character. You can be that person.
I thought it was great to hit that Tina Turner. Whoa, what's love got to do? Got to do with it. I thought she was going to hit that for us, bro. I don't know. You was I don't know, man. Hey, was rocking and rolling with that. Knock it on out. Big time. So thank you guys for watching. Much love, respect. Continue to do what you do. Hug your loved ones. Big time. God bless. We out. Peace.
Every City Sports Review is a classic. Click on the latest to see what happened. All facts and never capping. Don't be sleeping, maybe only napping. We do not fold, we are not some napkins. I don't mean to control you like a captain, but I'm just multitasking. So let's go click on the show so we can all fly high like a ladder. Every City Sports Review show. And with people you might know, you might learn.